So my research into writing my book involved pattern recognition and observing numbers. One of the common numbers that comes up is 9. So for instance, if we look at time and space is denoted by common numbers, especially 9. So for instance, a circle has 360 degrees. 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9. The zodiac calendar, or the zodiac chart, has 360 degrees. 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9. Hebrews measured time in helek. One helek is 3.3333 onto infinity seconds. So there are 18 helek in 1 minute. 18 in Hebrew is a favorite number in the Hebrew tradition, and it means chai, C-H-A-I. Chai means alive, and you find a similar sounding word in Taoism, which is called chi, which means life essence. In Japan, they call that life essence ki. So you have ki, chi, and hai, all referencing the same thing, coming out of different traditions. So 18 is the unit of measure for the biblical cubit. 1 plus 8 equals 9. And 9, of course, in biblical numerology, represents divine consciousness. So we're not talking about building temples in cubits, we're talking about constructing the temple within yourself, and the cubit is a measure of consciousness. So awakening Christ consciousness, divine consciousness, God mind, however you want to term it. If you divide 360 by 108, so 108 is a very interesting number as well. In yoga, Kundalini yoga, many yoga traditions, we do 108 repetitions. Sometimes I will do 108 sun salutations, or some of the yoga kriyas that we practice involve 108 repetitions of a particular posture. Sometimes you may repeat a mantra 108 times, so 1 plus 0 plus 8 equals 9. There are, surprisingly, in Major League baseballs, there are 108 stitches in a Major League Baseball. Why they came up with 108, I do not know, but that is the amount of stitches you find in a Major League Baseball. What is there? 108 beads in a mala, so the prayer beads that we use. When you're meditating, you can use a prayer bead to help with your meditation. And there are 108 beads. Normally, there's different size malas, but you normally get one with 108 beads. If you divide 360, the amount of degrees in a circle, by 108, it comes to 3.33333, which is the helek, the number for Hebrew time, which they measure in helek. The plural for helek is halakim, and there are 18 halakim in 1 minute. I may be repeating myself, but sometimes repetition is important. That being said, there is certainly a common thread between these numbers that appear in Scripture and the numbers that appear in the ordered systems that we live in. 108 pressure points in a human body. If you look at the radius of the moon is 1,080 miles across. The radius of the moon is 1,080 miles. It is 2,160 miles in diameter. So 1,080 is 10 times 108, and 1 plus 0 plus 8 plus 0 equals 9. If you look at the diameter of the moon, it's 2,160. 2 plus 1 plus 6 plus 0 is the diameter of the moon. 2 plus 1 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9. It takes the sun 2,160 years to travel through one zodiac sign. So there's a common thread. There's a design, an ordered structure, a numerical structure holding the universe together. 9 is an important number in biblical numerology that represents divine consciousness. So when Jesus told the disciples to cast their net over the right side of the boat, he didn't tell them to do it over the front, the left, or the back. He said the right side of the boat, and they caught 153 fish. 1 plus 5 plus 3 equals 9. The catch for fish is never measured in the amount of fish. It's measured in the weight. It's either the length or the width of the catch, but never in the amount of fish. In the book of Revelation, 144,000 were saved. 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 9. So 9, of course, represents divine consciousness, Christ consciousness, God mind. 18 is the unit of measure in the biblical cubit. So 1 plus 8 equals 9. So we're not building temples, or they're not construction blueprints for the building of temples and churches and things of that nature. It's about building consciousness, building the temple within yourself. And the cubit is a measure of that consciousness. 666, it comes up quite a bit. Unfortunately, most people have misinterpreted scripture and literalized it, and they've come up with their own interpretations, and 666 has a negative connotation to it. But all it means is 6 plus 6 plus 6 being 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. If you're going to sacrifice anything, it's your body that you sacrifice through physical labor by sitting still in meditation or holding a particular yoga posture, as those postures can be quite uncomfortable. It's important to invite discomfort, because nothing can happen, no change can happen through comfort. Calm seas do not make for good sailors. So we have to invite discomfort in order to have transformation happen. And so the sacrifice that we sacrifice is the mind and the body, not by killing it off, but by placing it under pressure in order to awaken that divine consciousness within ourselves. 666 is also the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons in the carbon atom, which makes up 18% of the human body.